Hey, a little bit of a lead in here tonight. I just want to make sure I have a good stream ongoing. And we got about 3 minutes or so, a little bit above that. I'm going to start with a little drive from Purgatory to Silverton, Colorado to lead us into tonight's writing session, a writing sprint. And we're going to get started here.
There's an obvious end to this game we're playing. I say nothing, you say nothing, and nobody wins. I've been through this a million times, hoping that my heart would give me a sign. Feels like we're both keeping secrets tonight. Do you want me to stay or do you want me to go? There is someone for me and that someone should know. Always wanted to be completed by another person, an understanding that requires no translation. Here I am once again at your place, trying to figure out the meaning of the smile on your face. Feels like there's something we both want to say. Do you want me to stay or do you want me to go? There is someone for me and that someone should know. That someone is you. That someone is you. That someone is you. That someone is you. There's an obvious end to this game we're playing. I say nothing, you say nothing, and nobody wins. Do you want me to stay or do you want me to go? There is someone for me and that someone should know. That someone is you. That someone is you. That someone is you. That someone is you.
Howdy. Thanks for joining me tonight. It's what do they call it? It's a W, Writers Wednesday, right? It's a tough word to alliteration, but if you've never done this, this is sort of like something that you would see on meetup.com. Sit down, shut up, and write. I want to write with you. I want to invite you to write with me. This is a 10-minute introduction. We have session 1, 20 minutes of writing. We have a break, 10 minutes. Then we have session 2, 20 minutes of writing. We have a break, 10 minutes. And then session 3, 20 minutes of writing. All total, probably an hour of writing, an hour and a half of the minutes and whatever. And I thought, why do this? My wife said to me previously, why would people want to watch you write? And I think my point is, I don't necessarily want you to watch me write. I would like to invite you to write with me. Sort of a collaborative effort in a way. It's not the same as a Zoom meeting. This is YouTube after all, but one of the things that I can do here on YouTube is that when I write, I can play music and I can select the songs, 20 minutes each during each session from Epidemic Sound. And I probably should update the description after tonight's show with the 3 playlists, but I have playlist 1, playlist 2, playlist 3. There's also going to be a referral link that if you want 30 days free of Epidemic Sound, you can use Epidemic Sound in your own YouTube videos, whatever they may be. Me, I'm in that space where I need to create. I need to spend some time writing. My goal this year, by the end of June, I want to have a book ready to be rejected by a publisher, an editor, I should say. I want to have it editable, ready to be seen by an editor. I'm working on it. And I'd like to be more engaged on this endeavor here on YouTube. Therefore, I'm kind of limiting my content to this writing because I want to stay focused. I want to meet this goal. This is a hard and fast goal that I have. There are some things that you have to compete against. I'm painting, and I have a keyboard back here that I'm going to be spending more time with as well. But principally, I'd like to be on my Mac and I'm writing, whether it's on my MacBook downstairs or right here. When I'm on YouTube, right here on my Mac. So with that, not only doing live streams, and I'm thinking, 6 o'clock seems like a reasonable hour. It's after my dogs are fed, between 5 and 6. Usually, I just have to be honest. My wife, Tracy, suffers from severe intestinal damage from her cancer treatment that she had some years ago. And the past couple of years have been really rough on her. Things have been getting worse rather than better. Her GI doctor is trying some new things. It's not an operable thing that they can operate and fix. It actually has... I don't want to go too much into it, but I took her to the ER yesterday morning. It is not pleasant for her, and sometimes I have to put things on hold, and I cannot write. It's when your wife's in pain and she needs help, and you can't do anything to help her. But you can be there. That's more important than writing in my book. I can't believe I just said that, in my book. My life's work. Anyhow, what I want to say. Well, there are, I guess before we get into this first session. I don't really care what you write about. I just want to invite you to write with me. I'm still writing some overview stuff, some background fill. I have a story arc, the plot points laid out, but they're getting refined. And that's what I'm doing tonight. And this is more prep work, as you will. To have those guideposts of my story set, so I know where the I know where the limits are. I know where the edges, everything. You know, I call it the circus tent. Those stake plots, the plot points, are stakes for the tent, and everything that happens in the story happens underneath that tent. That's the way I think about it. And that's the way I want to engage my characters. And I want my characters to tell that story. They're on a stage of sorts. This is where it happens. It's not someplace elaborate like the planet Tatooine and the Mandalorian, but it is somewhat picturesque. It actually is inspired by that introduction video in Colorado. Durango, Purgatory, Silverton, that whole stretch of road. And specifically in Durango, I think, more or less. But the questions that I have, or I probably should make a separate video about, the 5 excuses we find for not writing, and how do I overcome the excuses that I use. I don't think that my wife's health issues are an excuse. I think my self-doubt is an excuse, and I think we all struggle with doubting ourselves. I'll never get published. You think about that in today's age. Why would a publishing house take a risk on an unknown author? But then you think about The Christmas Box, which was written by someone, just a little bit, paper. They produced it, self-published, distributed it in their church, and the church members so liked it so much they copied it and gave it to their friends and other churches, and pretty soon it was all over the country in a whole bunch of churches. And a publisher picked up that author and signed that author, published that book. And I think there were 3 other books done by that publisher as well, or by the author. But the Christmas Box was later picked up, adapted into a screenplay, and produced by the Hallmark Channel. So I haven't looked on Amazon. It may be on Amazon as a movie. Anyhow, that's the kind of way that I think about those self-doubts. There are some others. Maybe I'll put it as a top 5 excuses for not writing. So that'll be an upcoming video. But tonight, I'm going to write. And I'd like you to write with me. We're going to play some music. I'm going to put on my eyeballs. Put on my earphones. And they fit. I think we're looking good. And I guess we're going to get to it here real quick. And I guess we'll have some fun. So for the first 20 minutes, let's get to writing here. All right.
I've got this feeling, I'm feeling you could be the one. I see no reason why I should ever let you go. I don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming, because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving me. Don't wanna wake up, no, I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up without you, baby, without I wouldn't know what to, baby, without you. I wouldn't know what to, oh you know, oh you know, oh you know, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do, baby, without I wouldn't know what to do. Oh you know, oh you know, oh you know, when you are with me, sometimes I forget to breathe. I'm looking in your eyes, wish you could see the things I see. I don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming, because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving me. Don't wanna wake up, I don't wanna wake up. Don't wanna wake up without you, baby, without I wouldn't know what to, baby, without you. I wouldn't know what to, oh you know, oh you know, oh you know, I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do, baby, without I wouldn't know what to do. Oh you know, oh you know, oh you know, you got me wrapped around your finger. Tell me what you wanna do. I think we're part of something bigger, and now my mind is filled with you. Oh you know, 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 baby, without I wouldn't know what to, baby, without you. I wouldn't know what to, oh you know, oh you know, oh you know, baby, without I wouldn't know what to do, baby, without I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do. Oh you know, oh you know, oh you know, baby, without.
So you think you were right? Bring it on, prove me wrong. Go put up a fight. The way I do will knock you down. You know there's emotion between us. Don't go cry about it. Don't go cry about it. You want me to take you in my trust. Oh no, you know that ain't the way. Oh no, there's nothing new in this game. You got to give it up, give it up. Give it up, give it up. I'm wearing you out. Keep on keeping on every night. Way up in the clouds. The way I do will knock you down. You know there's emotion between us. Don't go cry about it. Don't go cry about it. You want me to take you in my trust. Oh no, you know that ain't the way. Oh no, there's nothing new in this game. You got to give it up, give it up. Give it up, give it up. I bet you think that I should calm down, and that I'm overthinking everything about you, and that we're good the way we are. But I don't know that much about you, what things you like and what you don't. It's not that long since I met you for the first time. You know we should work it out. You know we should work it out. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? I know I'm feeling something for you. The way you look, the way you laugh, and how you move. It kinda makes me go crazy. But we should take it slow, work things out so you don't let me go. When I come real close, I don't wanna get hurt, 'cause I'm not ready to give you my heart yet. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? Before I'm too invested, you should take it easy. Maybe we could test this and work out our feelings. Baby, will I love you? Tell me, do you want me? And will you let me down? Yeah. La 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 la. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? Before I'm too invested, you should take it easy. Maybe we could test this and work out our feelings. Baby, will I love you? Tell me, do you want me? And will you let me down?
I'm sick of love songs, I'm tired of this, and I wanna tell you straight just like it is. You're watching me like you want me, but you're still holding back, still holding back. Honestly, you're annoying me with the way that you keep playing. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless. I'm out of patience, I'm out of feels, but I guess I'm waiting around for something real. I'm going crazy, like what's the deal? 'Cause I want you to show me what you feel. You're watching me like you want me, but you're still holding back, still holding back. Honestly, you're annoying me with the way that you keep playing. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless. Show me your love like it is, like it is. Bend open my heart like you're fearless. Steal all the gold you can get, you can get. Show me your love, leave me breathless, breathless.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. The fuck's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. For I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done. I'ma drink at this page. Yeah.
Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it? Why am I the only one who's left in the rain?
If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I know that I'm obvious, fuck it, I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. For I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done in my drink at this pace. Yeah.
Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, don't it?
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy to you, darling. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? So full of self-confidence, and everything you said made a lot of sense. I thought I was too cold to ever love again, but every single word cut through the rain. We see the distance grow, I just need to know, do you even feel the same? I'm living in your messages, I'm closer to you there, I guess. Living in your messages, every day now I confess. I hear your laughter from within. You can light up any room without going in. Funny how just a few letters in a row can turn into a smile.
Okay, session 1 done. And I think somewhat successful there. So I was talking before the break session, before I started this session, about self-doubt, questioning yourself as a writer, and questioning your ability, self-doubt. I mean, all around. I mean, those questions that you might pose to yourself, that I posed to myself, and how do I deal with them? How do I kick them to the curb? How do I send them straight to hell? You know, the questions like, or self-doubt things. I have no talent. Do you find yourself saying that to yourself? I'll never get published. I already spoke on that one. What the hell do I have to offer the world? I mean, that's a question of self-doubt. Writing fiction or making YouTube videos has no value on the earth. You know, doing this live show. I mean, my wife kind of, you know, stuck that in me with a, you know, who the heck would want to watch you? Well, that's not my point of doing this. Or maybe you're writing and you kind of have those doubts about your own life experiences. You know, do you consider yourself a boring person? My life is so boring I don't have anything to write about. Or what about the simple fact that writing is boring? What's more important in your life? That's the way I approach those kinds of questions. How do you overcome the self-doubt? How do you overcome the self-questioning? How do you overcome and send that shit to hell? Well, it all begins with attitude. I mean, you think about it. Ask any athlete, what is a prerequisite for any athletic endeavor, for excelling? I mean, a soccer player, it all begins with attitude. Yeah, athleticism is part of it. Just like, writing a book, the act of writing, whatever language you're using, whatever genre that you're in. Yeah, athleticism is part of it. And that is the exercise of the imagination, the exercise of using words surgically, specifically, using words on purpose to mean things. That is a form of exercise for a writer, to write. The more you write, the better you will write. And I'd also say the more you read, the better you'll write. I think, was it? I said this before on another video. Stephen King, if you don't have time to read, you don't have time to write. When I was in school and I had a professor of English who told me that the secret to good writing is rewriting. And I take that to heart. When I write something, that's why we have editing. I mean, you write something, it's a rough draft. Write it. Don't worry about getting everything perfect. Just write it. Let that free flow come out. And you write, and you write, and you write. Take a couple days and come back to it. Edit it. It's a rough draft. And some would even say, just write the whole rough draft and then edit the whole thing from top to bottom, from start to finish. Because that is a rough draft. And you don't have to be precise other than the words that you're surgically using to mean things. I have no idea what that means, but howdy howdy. Somebody wrote something in the chat. Von rent. Guess I don't speak. Whatever that is, it's probably hacker language. It's been so long since I've been in the world of Matrix and hackers. And I've gotten out of... I run Linux. I run Mac. I run Windows. I'm a geek. I'll admit it. But I'm writing because I love to write. I paint because I love to paint. I play music, whether I'm on my piano and my guitar. I have an accordion over there that I inherited from my mother. She was an accordion player in addition to an organ player. I don't know what I'm going to do with that accordion. I haven't taken it out. It hasn't been out of its box since my mom died. But it's over there. I write because I love to write. And I hope that you write because you love to write. And I hope that you love what you write. I mean, that is a passion. I mean, when I say that what's more important than I have no talent. You have motivation. You have drive. That drive, that motivation, that attitude. Sit down, shut up, write. That's more important than somebody who says, I don't have talent. And don't let anybody say that to you. Because only you can tell your story. I can't tell the story that you're thinking of. Or the characters, or show people what your story means to me. I can rewrite it, as an editor. I think that's what an editor's value is, but that's not why I'm writing. I'm writing not to be the next J.K. Rowling, not to be famous. I'm writing to tell a story, to give people hope, to entertain somebody, to when they open my book, I want them to read it. And I want it to be something so compelling that they can't put it down, something so interesting to them that they want to know how it ends. There are some strategies I'll talk about later, I guess, about hooks, as I think the term is. When you end a chapter, you leave the chapter with a hook for the next chapter. What? Why they? That kind of thing. I think there are some shows like that on TV. Screenwriters. That's probably a big thing on episodes. When you watch some popular TV shows, an episode ends and they give you a little snippet, a trailer of the next episode, because they left it hanging. And to be honest with you, I hate it as well, especially those shows where they're selling homes and they show a home and they say, how much is the home? The home is, and then they break right there and go to a commercial. I always want to flip them off. Screw you guys. Just put that on the card when you show the home. This home lists for so and so much money. It's not it. That really drives me bonkers. Anyhow, so I'm going to put back on my headphones. I'm going to go back and write some more. Session 2, another 20 minutes. And I'm making headway. I'm going to put it that way. And I hope that you are too. And let me know what you think of my music selections from Epidemic Sound. I don't mind lyrics. I hope you don't.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, no, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there when it feels like I'm lying every time someone asks how it goes, and I save the details that actually mean something. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, no, not yet, whoa. But I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up, wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, no, not yet, whoa. No, not yet, whoa. No, no, not yet, whoa. I'm not gonna wake up.
Yeah, I made the mistake of looking over here the last 15 seconds on that internal clock, I guess. Maybe 20 minutes isn't enough time to write in these sessions, but I've always been told, when you're doing writing sprints that you write in 20-minute increments and that allows your mind to get flowing. Then you take a short break and then you come back at it. Maybe the 10 minutes should be 5. The break times between these sessions should only be 5 minutes each instead of 10. I'll play with this. Maybe if more people watch this, they'll let me know what makes sense to you. But writing this is an endeavor on my part to a roadmap, if you will. It provides a way to be productive. Prior to last session, I was talking about those questions, the self-doubting questions, and how do you overcome them. And I talked about, the obvious one, I have no talent. How do you approach that? And I think the last one would be, why do I want to write? Writing is boring. And I think the exact opposite is true. I mean, what's the difference between someone who's written a book and someone who has not written a book? The person who's written a book has actually wrote a book. They did it. Is the act of writing boring? I mean, if you think of a stereotypical writer, thinking of a dweeb sitting in the back room or the back corner of the room in the dark shadows with a MacBook, writing, people watching, drinking coffee at the local Starbucks. Is that the stereotypical writer? And some people think that writing is a lonely craft, a loner's craft, somebody who just writes alone. Yeah, I mean, writing does take time and effort alone to write. I'm writing with you. You see why I'm doing this? I'm going to invite you to write with me, and I want you to participate. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily alone. I mean, you can write as a community. You can write as a group. You might write in silence, but I like to listen to music when I write. But think of that. A poet once wrote about, I think it was Thoreau, about the road less traveled. Let's say you are faced with a dilemma on a Friday evening. You can go to that frat party, the sorority party, the business sorority or business frat party, your business group, whatever, Sigma Phi, whatever they call them. You're invited to a party. Whole bunch of people you don't know are going to get together and they're going to socialize and they're going to talk about things they probably don't know very much about, giving the impression they know everything about it. Football or baseball or soccer, something like that. Trying to impress members of the sex in which they're interested in. Have to be polite and make that all-inclusive, right? Well, let's say you're invited to a party such as that, a social party. And you could spend time there. Or, alternatively, you have a fishing pole and of a pier on the lake. It's a really nice night out. It's warm. You could grab a margarita, maybe a good friend or two, and sit on the pier. Cast your line in, fish a little bit, drink some margaritas, watch the sunset. Watch the passing boats go by. smell the air blowing off the lake, listen to the music high overhead at the Oasis nightclub up there. They serve fajitas, nachos, and you're thinking about eating. But think about that Friday evening. Is that really a choice? Would a writer go to either of those, or which one do you think a writer would go to? My opinion, I think a writer could go to either of those. A writer would probably people watch, you know? Yeah, you sit in the corner and write with your MacBook in the back of the coffee shop. That's one way a writer, a stereotypical writer, but a writer would also go to a party and talk to people, find out what they're interested in, do some research on their writing craft, and become genuinely interested in other people and talking about what they do. What do they think? Why do you think that? And it's more of a soliciting information. Or, yeah, I think a writer would also go to the lake and sit on the pier and drink a margarita and cast a line, maybe catch a bass, talk to his friends, maybe strike up a conversation with the old guy who sells minnows inside the bait shop. Spending writing is part of the deal, and that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna start session 3 here, 20 minutes. Hello. Just saw you. But I'm thinking, yeah, a writer has to write. You have to take time to write, but what do you write about? And I don't think that we're limited to our life experiences. We're limited by our imagination. And when we exercise our imagination and we expand what is possible in our imagination, we exercise that muscle group called the brain, we wind up with stories such as Star Trek by Gene Roddenberry, It became very culturally popular. But why was it popular? None of it existed. Beam me up, Scotty. Nobody knew what a transporter was before Star Trek, did they? Thought about it. The Star Trek made it believable because the story was real. Meaning the human story, the moral of the story. And that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, a writer can be that lonely person, the dweeb sitting in the corner of the coffee shop drinking a latte or whatever it is we drink these days. I like a latte. Yeah. Although I have to admit, I've sat in a beer garden and not a coffee shop. And I had a stout, an IPA, and not a latte. I haven't done that in quite some time. But I think the last time where I opened up my MacBook and I wrote something in that kind of atmosphere, that's where I wrote. Now the days I'm writing here. So again, I'm doing this not to be lonely writing. I'm doing this to invite you to write with me, to spend time in, the last 20 minutes here. We've gone through session 1 and session 2. Now we're about to start session 3. And I'd like to make this a concerted and a continual effort because I have that goal. I want to write and I want to get this book done. I want to have it ready to be edited at the end of June. That's my goal. And I want to talk about those things, about struggles of a writer, the struggles learning and coming to terms and using the tools of the trade, character development and interviewing your characters, your protagonist, your antagonist, your contagonist, your love interest. All of those things are important. So with that, we're going to get started on our session 3. Again, I invite you to, get out your book, write a blog post. Doesn't have to be a book, Let's write a little bit more. I'm going to put on my earphones and we're going to get to it. And I have a filter on here that I have to delete. And it should sound better now.
your story? What's your sign? It's like we're twin flames in a different life. Deep connection lights a spark. It's like you know me in the depths of my heart. We're dreamers. Don't care what other people say. We're living like this could be our final day. We're dreamers. Don't care what the others say. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. What's your weakness? What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. Oh, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive.
Okay, so that is session 1, 20 minutes. Session 2, 20 minutes. Session 3, 20 minutes. So, yes, we started at 6 o'clock. It's now a little bit after 7:30, so 90 minutes or so with an hour of writing. I'm still getting a feel for this. I don't know if I should make those breaks, keep them at 10 minutes or make them shorter than that. And you know, talking about stuff. Should I talk about what I'm writing? I don't know about that either. Because the exercise is I'm inviting you to write with me, not necessarily you watching me write. I guess if it were more of a two-way thing, like if I had a phone number up and I said, first one that calls me, we're going to have a discussion. Maybe that'd be fun. Be dangerous too, but it'd be fun. Anyhow, I hope that you were able to write with me tonight, and I hope that the music was not off-putting. I like the songs that I chose. I'm biased, but they're never or not going to be the same. I am going to continue to write. Not tonight. I probably need to go downstairs and check on my wife and make sure she's okay. But with that said, I think it is what it is. And, well, I think writing's fun. I don't doubt the fact that I love to write. And I don't doubt the fact that I have a knack for it. Put it that way. Just be confident in your writing. Be confident in your painting. Be confident in your music ability. Be confident as a person. Treat people like you want to be treated. I don't think you can go wrong. Just have that sense of justice about your life. Don't apologize for doing the right thing for the right reasons. Yeah, if you do things for the right reasons, you'll never have to apologize, and I don't think you should. That's another personal opinion of Jeff. So, with that said, I hope you have a good night, and until next time, maybe I'll get this down yet. Still exploring this live stream stuff, and is this live stream stuff? I think this is the way that I want to go, that I want to share this with you, that it's meaningful to me. It allows me to meet my goal objective of creating this book, and a book that I want to share with you someday at the end of this little journey. And it's not a tedious process. It's an invigorating, uplifting. It has meaning. It has meaning of life. So until next time, I hope you have a good day, good night, wherever you are. Stay warm and be good. Hasta luego. See ya.